Welcome back to another vintage video. I'm very excited to bring this one to you. Today I am playing PO. The last time I played a PO deck, it had Fleshraker in it at the New York Stacks Exchange event for last year, so the 9th. It was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to try out this Flame of Anor version that was very popular around that same time and has continued to grow in popularity since, it seems. I really love the idea of 4 Theralingus instead of like a Tendrils that has been historically in this spot. Just being able to kind of be good anywhere on the curve. I know like in Vintage Cubes, I've played a 1-drop, played this for 2 before just to trigger the Monarch and run away with games. We won't be doing that necessarily here, but this is still a very fun card to play with. The sideboard is just stock. I've been kind of relearning the nuances of this format since I haven't really played it in a while. I don't feel comfortable enough to make a lot of adjustments. So this over encumbered card wasn't really a thing, or at least it wasn't played a lot when I played last. I assume that this is for shops and dredge because it's very hard for dredge to attack you if they have to pay mana for it. So of course, they still have Force of Vigors in the Dredge matchup, and I could be wrong. Maybe this isn't for Dredge, but this seems like it would be fine for Dredge. So I'll probably bring it in against them if we see them. We have seen them a lot in our other ones. Anyways, I will see you in round 1. The NYSE is returning for its 10th installment this summer. Have you ever won a piece of power during a Magic the Gathering tournament? Well, now's your chance. All 5 Moxen, a Time Walk, an Ancestral Recall, and even a Black Lotus will be up for grabs at this tournament. This event will be taking place on June 6th in Pachog, New York. Worried about playing an underpowered deck? Don't worry. You're allowed to play with up to 15 proxies. Use the link in the description for more information regarding this historic event. I can't wait to see you there. Now let's get back to the action. Welcome to round 1. We will reveal our Lurrus. Well, we have 1 land, but we have a recall and a Force of Will to protect it. Sure, let's try it. Okay, Mishra's Workshop. Okay, Soul Ring. Sure, no response. Manifold Key, no response. Opponent up to 3 mana. Untapping, that'll put them to 4 mana. I would love to counter a Lodestone Golem here. Glaring Fleshraker A. Yeah, I'll force. And I'm going to pitch one of these Paradoxical Outcomes to do it. Mana Crypt. Is this another Fleshraker? Nope, just emptying out their hand. What's their last card? The One Ring. Okay, that's in a pretty incredible hand. Sure. Okay, our opponent ran out of stuff to do. We will recall target us. We would target our opponent, but we can't. Just kidding. Oh, okay. Well, that's awful. Well, this is one of the traps to keeping recall hands that don't do much outside of that, because unfortunately, we're just not doing anything. Drawing another Force would have been nice, but it is what it is. I'm going to set a stop on their upkeep so I can bobble them. And then I'll draw on my turn, since drawing on my end step's not going to help me much anyways. I guess I didn't have to set a stop because of these triggers. Ancient Tomb. Okay. Well, they're going to draw 2 more cards plus the unknown they already have. Okay, they did lose their flip. Okay. If we don't draw a mana source next turn, we are going to be pretty close to dead. Yep. Tezzeret. Well, that's going to untap the One Ring even further. Our opponent went from 0 cards. They played all of their cards on turn 4, and they already have drawn over a new hand. That is insane. Imagine if we didn't Force of Will that Glaring Flesh Raker. Which is sad because of the hand that I chose to keep, I kind of felt like we needed to. Because I if I'm gonna force like say a top, which I don't want to do like ever, then I should probably force the Glaring. But their last card being the One Ring was kind of insane. Okay, and they have a Flesh Raker anyways now. And of course, Tezzeret can search up for one of the two tops. Okay. Okay, tapping to draw. Top is on top of their deck. Opponent plays a Saga. Another Flesh Raker. Lots of damage coming our way. I love this card so much. I need to put Flesh Raker PO together on this client eventually and play it. I had a lot of fun playing that deck. Just playing this deck, but with Force of Wills and POs has been a lot of fun. Like, you don't play the One Ring, you don't play Workshops, but you swap those cards for Force of Wills, POs, and you get stock ups. It's a lot of fun. Okay, sure. We will draw. We have 2 chances at drawing a mana source to do something this game. Those are some mana sources that do something this game. So I can trade my blue source for a draw 2, or I can stock up. I think I like stock up better. Let's cast this Mana Crypt. Okay, so we have a land that we kind of need to take. And then I think we're going to take the Mana Vault here. Any order. Play the Pearl. Play the Mana Vault. Let's take the Tundra. It's PO targeting these. Okay, it looks like I ran out of blue sources. I could, and I guess I probably should, Soul Guide Lantern. So like, had I hit the Fluster Storm or something else off of the not the Fluster, the like Snapcaster Mage. I don't remember if Fluster is an opening hand or not. But had I done like the Snapcaster Mage, for example, then maybe we could PO again, but we don't have another blue source anyways at the moment, so it's kind of a moot point. Let's see if we can hit Sapphire or Opal. Or a Lotus, that'd be cool too. Sacrifice the draw card. That we cannot play. Yep. Game 2. Okay, so we like a Braid because it kills Glaring Flesh Raker. Force Negation is probably fine. Consign is an all-star. I do like swords, but I don't know if we need that many of them. We definitely don't need Flusters. Honestly, I don't even know if we need Chain of Vapor. This kind of seems like 2 battleships passing in the night. I do like Dress Down because it turns off their combo for a turn. Pithing Needle can be named top. We don't need Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, I don't know if it's correct to take out the Chain of Vapor here. I don't think we need it because like this is usually, I mean, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe this is for mostly Null Rod or like Lavinia effects where, they're not going to be shutting down their own deck. If it was aggro shops, I could see it, but not out of Glaring Flesh Raker shops. And I think the rest of this is fine. I do like having, some number of swords. I just don't think I need that many. So let's try this. I think I want more swords for like the mono white initiative matchup more than anything. Yes, I would like to play first. Yes, I would like to reveal Luris. Okay, this hand doesn't do a whole lot either, so I am going to mulligan it. We can't do anything on turn 2, and like, what am I going to do? Thunder Trap Trainer or Time Walk in a Thunder Trap? Let's try to find some Moxen. Okay, well, this is just a worst hand of our first one. Let's go to 5. Okay, we'll keep. We are going to put back the PO. And I guess the dress down. I do want to stock up. And I'm probably going to crack the Lotus for it, honestly. Remember, we do have Lura, so we can eventually get as well. Okay, Mana Crypt is a nice one. And I guess, I don't know if I'm supposed, like, I don't know if I'm able to take Flame here or not. I'm probably supposed to just take Misty. Yeah, I'll take Misty. And then those will go to the bottom. I'm not going to play the Mana Crypt because I want to leave up Consign. I could obviously buy Lurrus with this, but I'm probably just going to do that with the Urza Saga next turn. Sol Ring is fine. Sapphire is fine. You know, the last time I countered this, it didn't work out for us, but I don't have much else that I can be doing at the moment. I'm going to get the Volcanic Island so that Misty can I guess if I want to be able to play the Lurrus, I do need to get 2 Tundras. I'll get a Tundra. Cast, target, blue. Okay. Yep, they did have 1 top. Okay. Snapcaster Mage, eh? I mean, that's a reason to play the Mana Crypt and the Misty. And not buy the Lurrus. Yeah. And then if they don't do anything, I can crack this for Meticulous Archive and buy the Lurrus next turn, potentially. Depending on what we draw. Okay, Talon Gates. Yep. Tezzeret I will respond to. And again, I want to be able to play the Lurrus, so I am going to get 2nd Tundra. Paying costs? Oh, okay. I was so confused. Of course, my hand is face up, so to speak, like they know I'm going to consign here. Let's target the consign. Cast with Replicate. Might as well. Replicate 1. Blue and 1. Same target. Okay, they are drawing. Did they find like a, or I guess they need 1 more mana for a 1 ring. Oh, a Trinisphere. Okay, a Trinisphere could be a problem. That is definitely a card I did not consider when I took out the Chain of Vapor, but we have Flame of Anors to get to eventually. Not to mention Tails Never Fails. Dang, it failed. Not to mention we have Urza Saga now, and Hardcast Force of Will, I might add. So we are going to just attack and leave up Force of Will now. Our opponent might be thinking that we forgot our Lurrus, but we have Force of Will. Of course, our opponent doesn't know how bad I am, so they might be like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. He forgot Lurrus. This is kind of aggressive, but they didn't do much the previous turn, so I am just going to fire this off. Plus, I want to be able to use these construct tokens, so I think this is a good time to force this top. It's mana efficient as well. Okay, another top. That's fine. Yep. Now, if I draw another land, of course I will buy the Lurrus since I can Lurrus and this. Dang, we got hit again. This cycles. Oh yeah, no, that's bad. This does not undo, yeah, because yeah, it would get me out of the saga. So yeah, nope, we're just gonna attack. And yeah, end our turn. Probably gonna get Opal with the Urza Saga so I can have red mana. And I think that Opal is better than Ruby just because I could also use it for blue mana in case I want to chain some stock ups or something. Portable Hull. Okay. I hope that just hits the Snapcaster Mage. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's totally fine. Time Vault is fine. Let's create a construct. So I guess Needle now. I guess I can get Needle now and name Time Vault. Might be better. Just so we don't get hosed out of that. I could also name Top. They have to top deck the... This is tough. It basically gives them... So let me do the math. So these are... Oh, I guess because this hasn't technically like finished fully like getting in. So these are going to be 4/4s. So attack for 4 down to 12 and then attack so they get a couple turns. So key has to be like in their top 3 cards. But if they have like a 1 ring... Okay. I'm going to name Sensei's top. Obviously, this could come back to bite me, but if I draw a mana source, I have Force of Will for a key. If I draw a land specifically, obviously, I'd have to pay 3 for a Mox. Okay. Yep. I guess I should have named the Time Vault. Yep. All right. Sometimes that happens. I am proud to announce the 2026 Oklahoma Land Run Weekend, July 10th through the 12th. This event will be held at the Reed Convention Center in Midwest City, Oklahoma. Join me and my vintage family for a weekend of Magic the Gathering events featuring huge prizes and competitive play across multiple formats. Main events include a Vintage, a Legacy, and a Team Trios event including Vintage, Legacy, and Modern. Don't have power? No worries. You can proxy any card currently on the reserve list. This year's artist is none other than the literal legend Nicola Beeson. Beeson will be on site all weekend long and is the designer of this year's playmat. Our game would not have stood the test of time without artists like Nicola Beeson. Please show her some support during the event. In addition to other prizes, the Vintage Champion will receive the original painting of the playmat art, while the Legacy Champion will receive the original sketch of the painting. Side events so far include a High Roller Vintage Cube for Power Thursday evening, at least one old school charity event, a pre-modern challenge also Thursday evening hosted by Game HQ, Duel Commander, and even more to follow. For more information, please use the links in the description to join the Oklahoma Land Run Discord. I'll see you there. Now let's get back to the video. All right, welcome to round 2. We are on the play. I would like to reveal Lurrus. Our opponent also has a Lurrus. I think this hand is fine on the play. Also, we have Probe, so we can know if we need to, play out Vexing Bauble and Soul Ring, or, hold up Fluster. Let's keep. We have options. Target them, paying life. So stock up, merchant scroll, emerald. Okay, so it's the mirror. Interesting. Okay, so let's play the jet. We are going to have to hit our own probe, unfortunately. All right. Yep, end the turn. Let's see what they want to do. Probably just play fetch land, hold up fluster. Yeah, they drew that for turn and played it. Okay. I would like to hit a second land, or at least a blue source. I don't want to have to crack Bauble for it first, but I do want a Meticulous Archive to try to hit a second land. Flame of Anor, unfortunately, needs to go to the graveyard. Land? Land. Land right now. Land. If we can have our upkeep back. That's sad. I can't play Bauble and let it resolve through the Vexing Bauble. So maybe I just end of turn. Maybe I end of turn crack the Bauble. Either way, let's buy our Lurrus. Remember, they do have a Fluster, which is unfortunate. Okay, now they play the Flooded. Flooded resolves. I hope they tap out. Ooh, they tapped out for a Merchant Scroll. Oh, okay, no, for the Thunder Trap Trainer. That must have been their draw for this turn. Yeah, that's fine. They added a Sapphire. Interesting. Okay, so that means they should be Force of Will down, right? Like they drew Thunder Trap, Volcanic Island. So yeah, we're going to keep all this in play. Cool. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so we want these Pyroblasts for sure. I don't know if we need a Braids. We don't need this Soul Guide Lantern. Dress Down's kind of cute. It can counter a Thunder Trap Trainer, or obviously we can instep it to turn off their Lurrus in a Lurrus duel. I do like having the Bauble. On the draw, obviously, it's not nearly as good. Oh, yeah, we don't need Swords to Plowshares. I guess they could have a Vexing Shusher, Squelcher, or whatever it's called. So maybe we do. Maybe Swords to Plowshares are a little bit better now, but Portable Hull also kind of does that job. We can't Swords of Lurrus, of course. I want to cut the Chain of Vapor. One of each, maybe? Yeah, because Portable Hull, it would put like their Squelcher back into play, I suppose. But that's probably fine, because this can be, we can pick up from the PO, but I'll just keep the swords in. We would like to reveal Lurrus. Okay, this hand is serviceable. I'll keep. So I think I want to lead with the Moxen and then play Saga and not play the Merchant Scroll yet. Because like this just screams Red Blast or Flusterstorm to me. And I'll probably buy Lurrus. I don't want to play the Mana Vault yet, mostly because I want to buy Lurrus, but I don't want to tap my Mana Vault to do it. And now next turn I can start making tokens. Hope that they don't have a 1 of Dress Down in their hand. Time Walk, okay. If I draw a Mox, I might Merchant Scroll for Force of Will. Stock up. Okay, that resolves. This might get them some fast mana that they desperately need. Okay, that's one. Which I can only imagine that both of these were gotten post stock up due to the fact that they would have played these pre-stock up if these weren't the literal 2 cards they just got. So I think their hand probably just consists of counter spells and POs probably. Or more stock ups. No response. Okay, so now I can merchant scroll for a force of will. Could technically do it for fluster as well, but the issue with that is even if they already have mana, so like they'd have to play more in order for the fluster storm to get it. So yeah, I think I'm supposed to just merchant scroll for force here. Just seeing if there's any other options. Of course I could take a Nor as well, but I really want to get my tokens going, so I could go all in and get PO. That is an option as well, but that gets got by my opponent's force of will. But if my opponent already has a force of will and I force in response to their action, it's still not great. But I'm not making a saga token if they have a force. If I'm putting them on having interaction, then I would rather just commit to my saga. I want to take the force of will, and then we're gonna move on. If I don't need to force, I can always lure in revealed as well. Or as a saga could get Lotus since I have the Luris. Thunder Trap Trainer is actually kind of annoying. Is it bad to force of will this? Like, they can fluster it. I'm just going to let it happen. Don't show me Flame of Anor. Force of will. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, these are all weird. Is this like a one ring? What was it? Oh, fourth Aerolingus. Okay. Yeah, we know that they have force. We don't technically know if they have blue card, but we're going to do this regardless. Oh. Cool. All right, go to our turn, hopefully. We will respond to our trigger, make another token. I am going to get Black Lotus. Interesting that they didn't want to protect. Like, they can block and keep the Monarch, too. Okay, sure. That's fine. Cast. If this finds a Fluster Storm, we'll look silly, but that's fine. No response. Okay, we did not find a Fluster, so that's nice. And then I think... So I can hit for 6. No, I guess we have the stock up for action, so yeah, we'll go for the most amount of damage. We'll get a Tundra here. If they don't block, I guess they don't really have to block this turn regardless, because they can always block next turn. It's the same amount of damage, if not, maybe even more. So never mind. I was going to say if they don't block here, it means they might have a PO in their hand because they want to pick up 3 things. This looks like a PO to me. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. They have the... Yep. Okay. So they're missing... So they need to have another mana in order to PO us again. Which they found a stock up, which is great for them. Okay, there's a land. Okay. Portable hole. Okay. It's going to hit one of the constructs, I believe. Yep. That buys them a lot of turn and sets them up next turn for sure. Okay, I'm not going to play this land because we have Academy in our deck. Let's... Blue Mana Vault stock up. Please don't force this. That would be abysmal. Okay. They did pitch address down. All right. That's unfortunate. Interesting that they didn't want to block with the Thundertrap trainer to buy Luris and get it back. Yep. I guess if they already had PO in hand, then that makes sense. I will probably concede to a second PO. Yep. Yep. Merchant Scroll as a second PO. We'll concede. And they did get the PO. All right. So I guess we should have the negation in. I haven't seen a Squelcher yet, but it doesn't mean that there's not one. I'll still keep one Swords in. We have the Snapcaster Mage after all, too, plus the Flames. I guess the Flames are the reason why, or a reason why I shouldn't have any Swords in. Because they can still hit a Luris or a Squelcher or whatever that card is called. And bring in a Portable Hole. Alright, let's try this. Would you like to play first? Yes. I would like to reveal Luris. Yes. I would like to have mana and POs. Yeah, this seems great. Keep. Let's... man. I don't know if they play Mindbreak Trap or not. I don't want to play into... I forget what it's called, the Mental Misstep, but I think I'm going to have to play this hand as optimally as possible. Okay, they have the Force of Will, pitching Flusterstorm, great. Because now we get to cast and draw 2, and then we can still Time Walk. And we can Lorien Revealed. Okay. Tails. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can Meticulous Archive first and then Lorien Revealed, which is what I'm going to do. Merchant Scroll. This is a guaranteed blue card for Force, and it's another PO, so I probably am supposed to keep. Cool. Alright, and we have Force blue card. I guess our opponent can go now. Opponent has 2 cards left. Okay, and they're passing. No land. Interesting. Okay. Well, we don't have a red source yet. Okay, our opponent looks to be F6'd. Yeah, let's get PO. Okay. Alright, I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 3. We will reveal our Luris. Yeah, we can't keep this hand. That'll be a mulligan. Our opponent seeing if they want to keep theirs. Begins the game with a 7-card hand. We will mulligan, as I said. This hand is a little less loose. Any blue source obviously turns on the stock up. We have Force blue card, and we have Saga with Crypt. I'll keep this 6. I want to... It's between the Dress Down and the Trainer. I guess Dress Down... Our opponent didn't reveal a Luris, so the Trainer might be a little bit better. If this is mono-white initiative, I'm going to really want to hit this Black Lotus. Alright, you got me. Yep, Mox Jet. Strip Mine, okay. That's really bad for our Saga. Okay. That's a Tundra. I think we're going to take it. Because that lets us Urza Saga the next turn. And we can stock up now, which sounds great. Sure. I don't agree with strip mining in that spot, but that's fine. We have another Force of Will. We don't know if it's going to be good, though. So we don't have another blue source. Of course, I could take Sink into Stupor as a blue source. I could take Sink PO, I suppose. It's probably what I'm supposed to do, as much as I do want to take Soul Ring or Mana Vault. We'll take Sink PO. I'll play out the Mox Ruby now. And I'll say go. All right, countering Black Lotus, best decision ever. All right, let's play this. Yes. Let's just draw 2 right now. Okay. Let's just play the ruby out. We'll leave the crypt in our hand. See if they have another land. I'm going to just assume this is mono white initiative at this point. That they were banking on playing an initiative creature for planes off their Lotus. Okay, that's a good draw. Here, let's play Saga. Play the Time Walk. Okay, so now we can play the Crypt. Play the Soul Guide. Hit the... probably the Lotus, I guess. Play the Academy. I can make a creature and generate 5, 6 blue. Why? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I guess I'm off. Okay, then I'll just stock up. I guess I was in my brain. I might have been counting the Urza Saga. Vampiric Tutor. Okay, so not what I thought it was. Interesting. Well, I'm glad they revealed that. So now, well, this is not great. I guess because I have a floating, I can Merchant Scroll for Force of Will. So let's probe Lorien Reveal. If I don't need to Force of Will, then I can just play the Lorien Revealed, I suppose. And that's better than Chain of Vapor. Let's... I should have... Probing first is what I was supposed to do. That was really dumb. Let's take another Force of Will. Oh, Oath. Interesting. Okay. All right. I assume that this is a land. Okay, yep. They have 2 Oaths here. Let's just draw a card. Dang. All right, yes, I would like to respond. All right, so here I can... So what does Lotus get me? Lotus doesn't do much. I could Vexing Bauble and draw a card off of it. So I can try to find a blue card for the Force. Of course, I'll do that post-attacks. Oh no, I have the... I can hardcast Force. That's dumb. I still like the Bauble, though, because now they can't show and tell if they draw a land. And they are dead next turn, so let's do this. And they can't Force back, even though we know they don't have Force back. Time Walk? Sure, I'll just Force now. All right. Yeah, if they would have conceded, I would have boarded as if they were mono white. So sometimes it's good to concede early. Sometimes it's not, of course. So we definitely want this Priest. Pyroblast are kind of meh. Consign can hit a Atraxa trigger, I suppose, but I don't know if that's necessarily what we want to be doing. I guess it could also hit an Oath trigger. So if they Oath or show and tell in the Atraxa, it can buy us a turn. But Dress Down also does that. We don't need the Soul Guide Lantern. Portable Holes hit Oath. We don't want to be swordsing their Atraxas. That's just not a game I want to play. Yeah, this seems fine. I don't think... I mean, there's Power Blasts, I guess, for the stock ups. I mean, sorry, Show and Tells. I probably should try to put those in, huh? Chain of Vapor can bounce an Oath, but Pyro's probably better. Is Pyro better than Fluster? How good is Flame of Anor against Oath? Probably not the craziest. This seems like it could be blasphemous, but I'm gonna do this. Feel free to yell at me in the comments. Tell me what I'm supposed to sideboard. All right, let's reveal Luris. Let's just have another stacked broken hand, please. Okay, now we can do the bobble trick. Yeah, this hand... this hand doesn't interact with our opponent at all. And if we Thunder Trap Trainer and they have an Oath, it's just so bad. They did keep 7 cards, though. Let's mulligan. Okay, this is some interaction, I suppose. So we're going to keep this, and we are going to put back probably scroll, honestly. Actually, you know what? No, it's just going to be the Thunder Trap Trainer. I'm supposed to, now that I realize it, I finally hear you guys yelling at me in the video. Probably supposed to side out some number of Thunder Trap Trainers. Sure. Sure, that doesn't actually affect us this game, which is really funny. Fetch land from Meticulous Archive if we don't have to use it. Otherwise, we'll just get a Tundra in Flusterstorm. Interesting. Yeah, Ponder's fine. It's unfortunate. Do I still want to? Probably not. Well, that is a Flame. Flame can hit the Vexing Bauble if I care. Just play out the island. I can't imagine our opponent strip mining the island, but I kind of hope that they do. Are they doing nothing? Oh, they're flashing? Sure, we'll fluster. Okay, let's do that. And then we will probably, I guess actually, I could just Merchant Scroll for another fluster. Because let's see, Pyro doesn't hit anything anyways. Let's just do that. Let's just Merchant Scroll for another fluster. Because it doesn't hit the Oath, is what I was trying to say earlier. I guess I could also just hit Recall. Because they don't interact with me right now. But they clearly have an Atraxa, unless, of course, they're bluffing me, which I've done that before, too. So if they have an Atraxa and they have a Show and Tell in their hand, it's going to feel so bad. I do have this Flame of Anor to interact, or to draw more cards, I mean. Yeah, let's just take the Fluster. I think that's the higher percentage play, I think. They might fluster, strip mine the archive here. Stock up A. The problem with stock up is that they can strip mine whatever mana source I leave up. So I'm actually going to put this in the yard. I know that sounds blasphemous, but I think that's correct. Oh, there's a Saga A. I'm still just going to play the Tundra. And let's just pass. We can have Fluster and Flame of Anor end of turn. It's too bad I don't have a creature in play. The Thunder Trap Trainer, so I can destroy the Vexing Bauble and draw. But the Vexing Bauble might be hurting them more than it's hurting me at this point. Alright, well, I guess next turn I'm going to play the Saga. Then they're really going to have to think if they want to... Let's draw 2 cards. We're really going to have to think if they want to strip mine it or not. That's fine. They can pay for whichever one I don't double fluster, so... Soul Ring A. Let's buy the Lurrus. Cycling the Bob. Sure. Is it aggressive to just sink into Stupor this? Probably. Yeah, we'll just let it go. So they cast it. We'll see what they do with it. Declines to use the ability, so they didn't shuffle. Okay, they have another land now. Are they not going to hit the Saga? Okay, there they go. I was about to say. Containment Priest. Okay, that's nice. I guess the one thing that I did fail to account when I chose to get Flusterstorm was I didn't account for Oko, for like Pyro. So maybe I was supposed to get Pyro for that exact reason. But I think here we're just going to pass back. And we have Containment Priest, Sink into Stupor on their instep. Yeah, we don't have anything to abuse the Lurrus with currently, so... Yep, Black Lotus. So this is clearly a hard cast force. They know I have Flusterstorm. Interesting. Would they exile? Oh, they exiled an Oko? Okay. Would you like to exile another Oko? They did exile another Oko. That's crazy. And now I can Flusterstorm? I guess they lost track that the Flusterstorm can outdo their mana. Oh, maybe they have their own Fluster. Never mind. Okay, I'm totally okay with this, because if I can hit a white source, I can get Containment Priest in now. I can also Portable Hold their Black Lotus, which is going to be really funny after all of this. If I don't hit another white source, I think I will Luris. Okay. Oh, Force of Will. Okay, Hedge Maze, sure. They chose to put a card on top. All right, well, luckily we have this Force of Will we just top decked. They chose to sack it. That's okay with me. What are they casting? Nothing. Okay, they just wanted it in their yard, because I guess their oath can get it back or whatever. Sure. I would like to top deck a white source. Oh, Forbidden Orchard. Hey. Sure. If you're gonna oath, why would you give me the thing now? Okay, show and tell. That makes more sense. All right, let's get that Luris in play. Mox, unfortunately, is not gonna get the Containment Priest down. Yeah, I don't have anything else. It's just that, unfortunately. Attack for 1. Let's see if our opponent has another show and tell. That would be brutal. 2 cards. One of them's an Atraxa. Okay. Oh, we're definitely going to stock up first. Sure. All right. I'm feeling pretty good. Their last card is an Atraxa. I should have left up the Volk for Pyroblast, I guess. Okay. Now they know I have Ruby. Does that change the clock? 4, 5, 6. No, it does not. Okay. Okay, another land. Yep. And they're fetching away their Brainstorm. That's important for them. It could have also, this is no longer an Atraxa, probably. Okay, let's attack. Let's hope that's not Force of Negation in their hand. Nice. I haven't used Luris, which means I should have, oh no, here we go. I can use the, I can use that. Okay. I did get a little overzealous. I had to hit a land there in order to keep my Force of Will up. So I probably shouldn't have done that. I think that was a slight hiccup. But I liked most of what else I've done this game with the cards that I've had. All right, I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 4. I always find it funny that Moto shows multiple die rolls. Like if they both roll the 3, it just keeps going. Like just pick one. I always thought that was weird. Our opponent, I assume, is determining if they want to show a... Oh, maybe... Okay, maybe they don't have a companion. It says whether or not they want to play first, so... Okay, they do choose to play first. Oh, yeah, no, that happens before, duh. There we go. All right, they do have a Luris. Fantastic. That's so great. Yeah, I don't like this hand. And of course, we don't know if they're, you know, Tempo Luris or PO Luris, so I am going to mulligan this. This hand seems a little bit more reasonable. We can bottom the outcome. This is going to be really bad if our opponent is not Tempo, I suppose. But we're not doing anything with our PO anyway, so I still think the PO is a good bottom. Okay, this is leaning towards a Tempo PO, which is going to make me very happy that I kept 2 swords. Black Lotus, you don't say. This is Bowmasters, it's going to be annoying. I should have led with land first, yeah. Yep, should have landed with land first. That was really bad. Only the best of punts here. They have another? That's going to be kind of brutal. I could play the Lotus out for the Flusterstorm, but I don't want to crack Lotus for Flusterstorm. Like, I mean, even if it's like Recall, I probably would rather just let them have that so I can get the Luris out eventually. Okay. Yep, Wasteland is to be expected. That is what they pondered into. Oh, Ruby. Interesting. Maybe they're playing Ruby instead of Pearl just to throw people off. Yep, they're going to attack me for 3. This is a very quick clock. Glad I have 2 swords in my hand instead of a PO. Is Thunder Trap Trainer or Stock Up better, I guess, if I'm going to do that? Let's crack this for blue and Thunder Trap Trainer. Okay, so that is a flame. Unfortunately, I can't take both. It's not a stock up. I really wish this was a stock up. I guess I'll take Ruby because I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to cast this flame. So yeah, I'll just take the Ruby. And yeah, I'm going to stock up while I can. I think that's a little bit more important. Okay, and then there's a Pearl, which is nice because then now I can still do all my stuff. So We'll take Pearl, and I guess we'll also take Jet, honestly. Any order. And I think here I'm supposed to hit the army token. Frog, okay. Well, now we're probably going to be buying Luris. Bobble. Let's buy Luris. Next turn we can play Luris and play the Lotus. Potentially. I don't want to bobble yet. Don't need to be giving them more things. They can't currently jump the frog, but I assume they're going to be discarding to do that soon. They discarded a frog. Okay. I guess here I will. I know we're going to take another point of damage, but okay, they're drawing an Underground Sea. We know they have Fatal Push. This is gone. The Ponder's gone. They have Treasure Cruise too. So that's their current hand. Buying Luris, yep. Tolarian Academy. What does that do? Not much. Yeah, it really doesn't do much. Stock Up. That does a lot. Luris with Mardu mana. I haven't done that very often. We are going to take the Black Lotus. Okay, stock up. Let's try to hit something. Okay, so I guess we just take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I guess we just take 6, draw 6 here. I guess we don't have to. They're going to attack us. We can gain, and then we can draw on top of that, potentially. The mental misstep on the Fatal Push, though, is going to be really good. So let's just take that, and then we can take the PO minus the Opal. Yeah, because we're not likely... The Flusterstorm's not likely going to get the Luris. So let's just do these two things. Any order. And attacking with this Thunder Trap Trainer is just so bad. They just take it, go to 23, and then we have less blockers to hit these things. So I am actually, I guess, no, I wouldn't trade. Never mind. I was going to say, if I knew they couldn't activate this frog, I might be willing to trade it for my Luris. Bobble. It's funny because that means Flusterstorm can get it now. Yeah. Yep. And now they can Fatal Push, which I will probably just Flusterstorm now that I can. I know I can't Flusterstorm the Treasure Cruise, but Frog probably jumps. So they're not going to get to Treasure Cruise very often. Oh my gosh, that's abysmal for us. Oh, they take that. They probably should Fatal Push now. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I can just get Black Lotus back next turn. Yep, attack with just Frog. Okay. Yep, they draw a card. Alright, so I do need to attack. Yep, I definitely need to attack. Should have played my Lotus. That was dumb. Okay, they just take. So now I can pick up all of my things. Yep. Okay. So let's replay all these Moxen. Alright, so I can Thunder Trap once and still Flame twice. Cast normal. No response. Sink into Stupor is probably fine. I already have a Force. I can't Force twice anyways. This lets me bounce the Psychic Frog if I want, or the Orc Army, which is nice. Play the Luris. Play the Lotus. I want to instep the Dress Down, I think. So I guess, let's see here. I could sink into Stupor the token. If I hit this for 5, what does that do? Nothing. They just discard parts of their hand. They have 1 unknown. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I don't think I've played a land this turn. So this Lauren revealed can technically get me a land drop. You know what? If I go to my end step, that's 5 mana though. So I can use one of my floating. I can get Tundra. I don't think it matters. Famous last words. Play the Tundra. Or yeah, play the Volk, I mean. Okay, so I can instep play the Dress down and then play Flame. But then I can't sink this, but I can block and then sink. And I can also hit their Sapphire. Could also play another Thunder Trap, but my swords are in the yard. I really need to get on this because we're running out of clock. Let's go to instep. Yes. Okay, so now that we're on my instep, let's crack this for blue. Dress down. Sure. Draw a card. Hopefully we draw something relevant. Force of Will, okay. And then we can cast Flame, and then do I draw 2 cards or destroy an artifact and leave them with a little bit less mana? I guess I should probably draw 2 cards. Let's hit the frog. And then we will discard... Trainer seems free, and I have to discard 1 more. I guess I only have 2 life currently, but I'll discard the land. Because next turn I could potentially attack with the Luris. Remember, their Luris isn't going to do anything currently. This attack was kind of weird. Soul Guide Lantern is annoying. I think it's annoying enough to try to stop this turn. And they have a Luris that I can now force. Pitching Dock up. Okay, because now I can attack, gain some more life. Okay, so yeah, because I can sink into Stupor the army. I could also just Fourth Aerolingus. Yeah, let's just do that. Because I am running out of clock here. Because I do want to instep the Dress down again. Oh, okay. Well, I messed that up a lot. I guess I can just do this then. Merchant Scroll for probably another Flame of Anor. And then go to instep and then cast Dress down. All right. They can cast Treasure Cruise, but that's their entire turn. Yep. So they... Okay. Yeah, they're keeping 1. See what they drew. I can't force. Okay, there we go. We got the game. All right. That was a lot of time. So Pyroblasts, yes. Portable Holes, yes. Swords of the Plowshares, yes. I don't want forces. I really don't. I guess a Braid's not terrible. Because a Braid hits their Vexing Bauble. Don't think I want Pithing Needle. I honestly don't think I need Soul Guide Lanterns. See, what else do I need? I don't really need Fourth Aerolingus, but maybe I want to keep it in anyways. I don't need Chain of Vapor, I don't think. I could also see cutting like Fluster. That's probably not the greatest plan, but I think I like cutting a Fluster here over anything else. Yeah, let's try this. All right, I have 9 minutes on the clock. I do need to speed this up, or if I think I'm behind enough, I need to just concede to go to game 3. Lands and spells, we take. All right, we can do the Bauble trick. So we're going to look at our own library, see if we want the card. Thunder Trap Trainer, I do want that. So let's play the Mox Jet. And then we're going to play the Scalding Tarn and say go. I would like to get Meticulous Archive here, but we'll see. If they had a recall, they would have cast it on our upkeep. Okay, yeah, they're just getting this. I do want to try Dimir Luris in a near future vintage video. 1 land? Okay, well, as much as we kind of want red, I'm going to Meticulous Archive. Now they might have another land, and maybe they're just sandbagging a wasteland, so I don't get island here, but I don't like that game plan. This is going straight to the graveyard. Portable Hole. Okay, that'll be good for future. Thunder Trap Trainer is probably going to get like any Mox here. I will take a Mox over a Soul Ring just because I don't necessarily want to tap out a Flusterstorm. Okay, I guess we'll take Vexing Bauble. Because we're not taking PO. And I don't think there's a world where I mean, I'm sure there is. It's always famous last words. I guess this, if they are sandbagging a wasteland, I'm going to want to Vexing Bauble, and they can't instep. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's not hitting a swords. Anyways, I was going to say they can't instep Bowmasters, so like whatever threat they play, I can just finish off the next turn. Okay, they looked like they were sandbagging a wasteland. Of course, that could have been their draw this turn, but I think it's more likely that they were sandbagging their wasteland. Okay, well, let's attack for 1. Let's hope they don't just have more wastelands, which they likely do, unfortunately. This is one of the reasons why I'm sure that I saw a few lists play 4 Flooded Strands and Plains in the sideboard for this exact matchup. Yep, that gets Bowmasters, unfortunately. Okay, so they're out of Strip Mine effects. And I can't play this recall, so that's fun. I will attack. No, I won't. Never mind. They're probably still going to do their Bowmaster end of turn, and I'm just going to... Oh, no. Okay. Both players being patient. Please don't have a wait. Dang it. Yep. I mean, we're gonna play into their Bowmaster now. This has to be a Bowmaster's. What? Okay. Sweet. I thought they were just being patient. Like, extremely patient. Okay, so here I'm just going to play Volk. I'm going to play Opal, so I don't have to discard. I guess I could have played Saga, but that's fine. And shoot, we still have to discard a card. Are we discarding PO? That seems terrible. Let's go to combat, I guess. Because, like, there's no way they have Bowmaster, right? They would have Bowmastered when we recalled. Yeah. This might be blasphemous, but I'm just going to cut a PO. We are running out of time to kill our opponent, though, so that might have been wrong. Okay, another Wasteland. I'm glad I led with the red source. Now let's play the Saga. Oh, what do they have? A Bowmasters, finally? Oh, a Treasure Cruise. And we can't fluster that. That's so frustrating. Okay. Probe, yep. It is 3 Wastelands, so they are running out of them. A Mox would be great. Please, Mox. Pyroblast. Okay. No response. Let's attack. They are very likely to play either a Bowmaster or hold up for a Bowmasters or play a Frog, and I kind of hope they just play a Frog. Okay, they do fetch. They do play a Frog. That makes me very... Oh, they have red. Okay. I guess that's sideboard. For Pyroblasts, I assume. Sure, I can't do anything else. I need to stop wasting time. No response. So here we can make a construct and then use the Opal. They could force this. That's fine if they do. Gush. Okay, sure. Surely they have a force. I didn't want to go to their turn. Yeah, I didn't want to go to their turn because they would untap their lands and they don't have to pitch cast. Yep. And this is fine. They are going to get a hit in. They are going to have to jump. But we untap with so much. It's going to be weird getting like a Pearl with our Urza Saga, but that's probably fine. Yep. Yep. Let's just F6 this. Okay. Null rod. Okay, that's kind of annoying, but I have a portable hole for that. Add. No response. I guess we still get Pearl. Please let this resolve. I will just concede if they force this. Spell Pierce. Okay, next game. We don't have time to dilly-dally with this one, unfortunately. Those wastelands were very crucial. Okay, so we have a minute to breathe. I know, like, attacking with the construct and other thing, you know, that can help for a turn or two, but that's a lot to gamble when we only have like 5 minutes on the clock. I'd rather just be on the play for the next game and try to win that one and have a little bit more time. Because God forbid they dress down me and remove my clock, etc., or have like a fatal push. All right, Moxen and stuff to do with it. Sure. Let's go island. If they have mental misstep, we have it back. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'm very confused. Mox Jet. Probably just going to buy Luris here. If we draw another land, I might be tempted to portable hold of Ruby just to get something else down for the PO to pick up. Okay. Sure. And I'm probably just going to play this as well. Just want to, oh my gosh, just want to get things down to be able to PO. It's really what it is. Another force. Deal. Exile the frog and a brainstorm, or spell one of them. Yeah. Sure. A braid. Okay. Well, I guess we'll instep draw one. Seems horrible, but gotta do something. Spell Pierce. Sure, this seems terrible, but whatever. I just want to cycle through my deck. Okay, I got to stock up. That's nice. Probably should have left up the Abrade. That was dumb. Yep, that's fine. And this is why I just wanted to go straight to this game, because we're kind of running out of time. Sure, wasteland me. Buying Luris? Okay, sure. We have so many answers to that, it's not even funny. Snapcaster Mage for recall sounds great. Really? Okay, sure. Yep, so it is Volk and Ruby for the Pyroblasts, and Volk's probably in the sideboard. Yep, Ponder's fine. I will use my swords before my Abrade because we know that they have Null Rod, of course. Black Lotus is fine. I assume that this is going to be... Sure. Probably shouldn't be messing around tapping those, but that's fine. Not playing the Laris. Okay, got it. Alright, well... Need a 4th Aerolingus or something. That's probably going to hit the red. So, no, yeah, it would hit the white, duh. Alright, well... Yep, there's the Laris. I am probably going to wait a turn, because I can't stop them from playing the thing anyways. White source? 4th Aerolingus, okay. Let's just... play this. Say go. We need a white source to 4th, but as soon as we find it, we'll do it. Time walk, sure. Okay. Running out of time. Oh, Saga, that's brutal. Alright, white source. Thunder Trap Trainer for a white source would be great. Sure, we'll take the Crypt, I guess. We still have Pyroblast up, which is nice. I need a white source. We need 2 4th Aerolingus. White source. Flame of Anor is not bad. We can destroy target artifact and draw 2 cards at end of turn. We have Pyro up, the last card's Force of Will. Okay. Don't have a white source yet, but we're looking a lot better. Sure. Sure. Don't know what this is going to find. Bobble. Okay. I guess I did know that. That makes sense. Cracking it. Interesting. I guess they... Yeah. I mean, they know I have Mana Crypt. I revealed it. Oh, no. I should have... Oh, I got overzealous. I should have responded to that. Oh, well. I guess this protects a PO from a Pyro now. Nope, that's not what I want. Undo. This is what I want. I also didn't want to use up my red, but whatever. Bowmasters is brutal here. Yep, and I could have Pyroblasted, but oh well. Yep. Yep, it's going to feel really bad to lose this one on time, but oh well. And a Fluster. Okay, I mean, that's not the end of the world. Sure. No. They're doing this to drain me. Okay, that makes sense. Opal, Black Lotus. Any order. Opal. Black Lotus. Pass. I guess I shouldn't pass, but that's fine. White on this. And then I can fourth and attack for a couple turns. Tails. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, let's... White. Yep, I lost because of the fourth. Ah, that's so brutal. Man. Well, I chalked it up as a win if I would have been a little bit faster on that other one, but oh well. Welcome to the fifth and final round. We are on the play. Okay. We both have a Luris, and I have a functioning Hand of Magic the Gathering card, so let's keep. Jet. Bobble. Just going to lead with Island. Let's bobble them. I know I should bobble them during their upkeep, but this is going to save me time in case we have what happened the first time. Underground Sea, okay. I guess this also could like draw us a Flusterstorm or something, some type of interaction, or even like a recall, which would be kind of cool. I should, of course, in case I did draw a recall, set an upkeep stop there, but I'd rather have a recall and be like, oh, dang, I should have done that than, you know, do that and then not have the recall. As far as feels goods. Okay, yep. That's a frog. Let's draw Swords of the Plowshares. We have 2 in the main. Okay, no. We could deal 5 damage to this, but then it's like all in on the frog. Maybe that is fine, actually. Sure, let's do this for the science. Because this might tell them that we have another answer to it, even though we don't. So maybe they'll just let it go. Cool. We take that. We take that all day. Now their hand also could just be stacked, or they could just have a second frog. Wasteland is fun. We still have stock up. We'll probably hit some more lands. Yep. I would love to draw some more Moxen. A Mox and a land here would probably kind of be nice, or 2 like important Moxen. Sure, Spell Pierce is fine. Okay, looks like we are playing against the Esper version with Lavinias. That can be a problem for us. And considering we don't play the Goblin Sorcerer creature, we are going to have to remove the Lavinia in order to get it to not be relevant anymore, instead of just playing through it. Now, of course, Lavinia, you know, if we don't have 4 lands in play, Lavinia still says that we can't cast the Paradoxical Outcome, but we can still, if we can get to 4 lands, we can still kind of play through it. So just keep that in mind. Okay, they buy Luris. Sure. Man, it's too bad they got our red source. Let's scroll. They probably are going to force a will this recall, but what are we going to do? Not recall. And again, doing it now because doing it on their turn, they can just hard cast a Force of Negation. So at least this way it costs them a blue card. Or they just have the mental misstep. Oh well. That would have been a great time to fort the Erlingus had we still had our Volcanic Island. I assume this is Luris, and then they're going to play... Oh, it's another frog. Interesting. Okay. I guess if they put us on having like a swords effect, maybe the frog is better. Also, like, if we don't answer it... Oh my gosh, a recall of their own. Okay. That's really good for them. Red source? It's not a red source, but... We can outcome with that. Oh, choose permanents, yeah. Figure out how to cast this, Edward. Oh, Thunder Trap now. Interesting. Or I can just fourth, but I feel like that's wrong. Let's Thunder Trap, see what happens. Maybe we pick up a Soul Ring or something. Or a Mana Vault. Or a Mox Opal. Mox Opal gets us there, I think, because I haven't played my land yet. They know I have Mox Opal, so if they counter... Okay, yeah. They might have been willing to let me, you know, PO for 2 or whatever, but not POing now. We'll have to see. We will get a volcanic island. See if they have a force. No, they do not. We can still find a swords. Of course, we did not. So I guess maybe we just take the Mox Emerald. They already have the Recall, Fatal Push I don't really care about. Let's just take the Emerald. All right, and next turn we get to fourth for a bunch. I assume eat everything but Psychic Frog and Recall is coming in the near future. I can also just F6 this turn because I have a Bobble in play. Yep, they did exactly what I thought they would. Okay. They hit. Do they want to accelerate the clock? It looks like they're thinking. Okay, they do. Island hits the yard. Swords the Plowshares hits the yard. It's a really interesting swords art. I don't recognize the symbol. I don't know what that's from. I would assume like a commander or something. Yeah, okay, cool. I was gonna say, I really hope that they... Yep, what are they doing now? Now I'm kind of tempted to Flame of Anor to see if they have like a fluster, because that would be kind of annoying to get our fourth Aerlingus flustered. Tails. Okay. Oh, we have a fluster back now. I guess I should use this for red. Yeah, let's fourth for this. So it's currently 4. Because this lets us Flame of Anor and Flusterstorm back. I guess they can kind of take it back almost regardless. I guess attacking with that doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's just attack here. I doubt that they'll block. All right, I do want to draw. Okay, I do have a Thunder Trap Trainer. Red, blue. Cast. Let's deal 5 damage and draw 2 cards. And I have a Flusterstorm up. Okay. Thunder Trap Trainer. No, that's our second Flame of Anor, so never mind. Swords resolves. This is an instant or sorcery. I'm just going to Flusterstorm it. 2 blue, I don't know what that would be other than like Wan Shi Tong, which I don't think this deck plays. Oh, Dig Through Time? Yeah, we're going to Fluster that. And now we can F6. I guess I have the same target it, but whatever. So that's why they Sworged. It was basically free to do that with the Dig Through Time. Yep, you get the Monarch. I attack you back for 8. Yeah, besides, I guess I could bobble if I get rid of this bobble, but then I'd rather just probably redo that bobble. So I'm probably going to Thunder Trap Trainer Kicked, or Offspringed on my turn and see how that goes. Let's Tails. Oh, Swords is great. Let's go to combat. Okay. I should probably Offspring first. No. I'm just gonna Swords first, because like they could have Fluster or Spell Pierce, and I'd rather just do that now before I tap out of a bunch of mana. Okay. Next game, we want the Pyros. We want the Abrade because of Null Rod specifically, but it's also just decent against them. I don't want the Forces. I don't want the Soul Guide Lantern. I don't want the Chain. I know Chain can bounce the Null Rod, but we still have other answers like the Sink. The Abrade's coming in for it, so we're still neutral. Yeah, I'd rather just have removal, honestly, than the Chain. I think Chain is like probably for less aggressive stack pieces type decks. I know that might not make a lot of sense, but like workshops, I think Chain is a lot more important for than say like a Frog deck. Of course, I fully admit I could be wrong. That's just how I feel about it in my current state of getting back into this. Let's see. Flusterstorm, probably the weakest of all of these, so I'd probably keep that. I know Flusterstorm's like superior for, hitting instants and sorceries or like Counterspell Wars or whatever, but Pyro hits more and isn't a removal spell is kind of where I see that, so let's submit. All right, 19 minutes, and we're ahead on clock, so that's always nice. Yeah, I'm not in love with this hand, but I don't hate it. Yeah, we're going to keep. Oh, for a second I thought I didn't like reveal my lures. I was really confused. Mox Jet is fine. Tundra, is this a turn 1 frog? Black Lotus, okay. Buy Lurus and say go. Stony Silence, okay. Yep. So Chain of Vapor is definitely a punish, citing it out. So now that I know Stony Silence, I should bring it back in. I guess I can still recall myself and just play out the Moxen. Because I would like to draw more lands. Okay. And Tolarian Academy is definitely a reward for doing that. Cool. So we still have Sink into Stupor. Sure. They're probably like, man, this Stony Silence was great. And they'd be right. I guess because I knew Tundras were in their deck, I should have accounted for Stony Silence and not just swapping a Braid for Chain of Vapor and being quote-unquote happy or content with it. But, you know, this is how we learn. Fluster A. Yeah, I guess... Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I guess let's play the Crypt. Playing into Wasteland seems horrible. I think they might be sandbagging one, but I need to do something, so... And I want to stock up so I still have Flusterstorm. Okay, now that the Flusterstorms are off, they're going to force it. No, okay. No, Urza Saga. That's actually a great one. And then am I supposed... I don't think taking another land is correct. I don't know if taking a PO is correct. Because if they hit this Tolarian Academy, I'm in a world of hurt. I guess Pyroblast already answers Frog and Lavinia. So maybe I am supposed to just take another PO. I don't know. I definitely feel like things can go wrong here, but there we are. We are a bunch more cards away from... Or, sorry, closer towards a Sink into Stupor effect, though. Oh, is this just a skip your turn? Okay. I mean, not actually skip your turn, just not doing anything. Tails. Okay. Well, let's... I don't want to pay mana for Probe. I really don't. I mean, life for Probe. I'm going to play this Saga, though, because that seems sweet. Let's... PO picking these up, and if it fails, that's fine. Oh. Okay, we take that. I guess they just really didn't have anything. Well, we were very, very close to 4-1ing that, unfortunately. We would have won, in my honest opinion, had we not run out of time. But it's Moto, and the chess clock is part of it, so I fully accept that loss. I'm just stating that we were just very, very close to a 4-1. Similar to the Oath video, we were pretty close to a 5-0 at all things concerned, or all things considered, I mean. So yeah, I really, really appreciate Tyler Regals for letting me borrow cards so I can play other decks that aren't Esper Lurrus. I do really enjoy Esper Lurrus. I just don't I want people that are new and coming to the channel. Now that I've started playing Vintage, I gotten a lot more subscribers, and I don't want them to just, be like, oh, this guy only plays Esper Lurrus. So I'm going to do this as much as I can. Obviously, Tyler's going to want his cards back eventually. So, but after the New York Stacks Exchange trip, I should be able to start putting more money into Moto, and I can start having my own stuff and not have to rely on borrowing from Tyler anymore. But I appreciate it, and I appreciate you, Tyler. I appreciate everyone watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Welcome back to another episode of What's on Edward's Wall. Today, I have Will Schweinberg. He wrote, "To Ed, the world needs more people like you." And obviously he dated it. And he wrote this on an endless one. Will is one of the Dallas crew, or the people I refer to as the Dallas crew. They, or Denton as well. I first met Will when I started getting into Vintage. I finished my cube. And by that I mean I unproxied it. In 2017, I finished. I bought my Lotus and a couple other cards. I remember buying like my Time Twister for 700 and feeling like I was getting ripped off. So yeah, that's fun. But shortly after that, my friends were like, "Hey, you should play Vintage." And obviously I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll try it, but whatever." And yeah, Will was one of those people I met because I went there. Will wasn't obviously one of the ones that was like, "Hey, you should play," because we didn't know each other at the time. Just wanted to be clear on that. But yeah, so they were playing Eldrazi a lot, similar to Ross. I've talked about Ross on this before. In fact, Will and Ross's cards are brothers on my wall. They're right next to each other. And yeah, they both just absolutely loved playing the Eldrazi, all the Soul Lands, Mimics, Masher, Thought-Knot Seer, etc. Will has started playing Mono White Initiative lately. And the last Eternal Weekend that I went to was 2024. And they started off, I believe it was 6-0 in 9 rounds, I believe. And unfortunately, they did not end up top 8ing, but I do believe that they top 32'd. Will, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I believe they still got one of the special cards. I hope I'm not misremembering and you bubbled just out of top 32. I'm sorry if that's the case, but either way, we were super proud of Will. Just every round they were like, "Hey, I got another one. I got another one." Will's also another one of my Vintage webcam league that we do, like a proxy Vintage. We've done like Oklahoma Land Run buys and other like we did a Mox Jet one time. And speaking of which, Will started picking up power so he can unproxy, so to speak, and they picked up their Lotus not too long ago. Super proud of them. When I was upgrading my power to beta, I believe Will picked up one of my Moxen. Maybe my Emerald, if I remember correctly. Will, feel free to type in the comments. I think it was an Emerald. When I picked up my beta Emerald from John Hammock, who's on my wall as the Voltaic key right there. But either way, Will, you're amazing. One of my other favorite stories of you, of course, is at Hunter Burton. They were playing, Eldrazi again, and Will's opponent in top 8 was playing a Tarmogoyf deck, and at the time, not a lot of people give like the Eldrazi decks like credit or whatever. And I remember Will's opponent being like, "Oh, I have Tarmogoyf, it's fine, this matchup's easy." And I made the comment before the game started. I was like, not if it doesn't get big enough fast enough. And sure enough, Will, so Hunter Burton, they don't allow proxies, it's sanctioned. So Will's not playing powered because he's not powered at the time. But they have, Soul Ring and Mana Crypt in their deck. And the game 1, Will has the Mana Crypt and, plays out some Eldrazi. And on turn 2, he plays a Smasher and just turns them sideways. And the game ends real fast over the Tarmogoyf. And I believe their opponent won round 2, but round 3, Will had the Mana Crypt again and just, Smasher does smash things. So Yeah, that was one of my more fun memories of Will, because again, just not a lot of people like give Eldrazi a lot of respect. He was running essentially what the Jason Jaco, I think is their name, the Jaco Eldrazi lists. Sorry if I don't remember the first name, but either way, so just not a lot of people like in the community who was like, oh, that's not a real deck, whatever. So just seeing him make top four that particular tournament, that was awesome. I believe that was Will's first at least top four. I could be wrong, but that's the one I remember at least. And either way, I was super proud of him for doing that. So good on you, Will. Not a lot of people seem to have what it takes to play proxy vintage and like just be happy. A lot of people, it seems, at least in my experience, always kind of like, oh, I'm not playing real vintage. I don't subscribe to that, but I understand. And either way, I'm still super happy for you, Will. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you hopefully at the land run. I would imagine that you'll be there, and maybe we'll catch up each other at Eternal Weekend as well, man. I love you, Will. I hope you have a good one, and thank you for everyone who's watching and continuing to support my content. I'll catch you next time.